Hey, welcome back to Guys on Draft. Full panel again, guys. I think we're reaching a crescendo of sorts here. It's been quite a few, the crest of the wave. It's been quite a few weeks, all three of us here in studio. Last week, we drafted things that we hated about Christmas. We all thought that it was going to be torture. We thought it was going to be very difficult, and it was flowing, guys. We had so many.
So many things we hate.
So many things. How do you feel this week about the Christmas, the holiday season coming up? How we feeling? Feeling better about it? Or are we feeling that anxiety?
I wasn't feeling bad before.
I'm in panic mode.
Why?
Impulse buying. It's coming. I'm not ready, man.
Well, you buy me something.
No.
Throw me in the hat.
No, I only buy it for people that produce for me.
That's fair. All right. Hey, yeah. I'm trying.
Hey. What can I do?
Don't stop talking. You're making it weird.
He was considering in real time whether or not you were worth impulse buying on.
Yeah.
Well, he told you before that you might make the will. So, I mean, that's part of it.
That's a lie.
You think it is?
Yes.
He seems like a formidable guy.
Yeah, I'm never dying. I'm going to see you both in the grave. Let's just call it what it is.
That is
morbid. That's very morbid, first off.
Well,
especially for me. I'm like 20 years younger.
Yeah, well, I mean,
That's what you're calling for? What kind of sick plans do you got, buddy?
I mean, I don't know. I already called. I said something bad about Josh today. Now I'm saying you're dying young.
I get it. You don't like us.
He's coming for the Pasquale's hard.
He's coming for the whole family.
The whole fam.
All right, so we're drafting today.
Today, what are we drafting? We're drafting
another
puberty, yeah.
Another puberty hitter.
Yeah.
Beautiful, man. You should see
puberty.
a thick flowing bush.
And this is why.
But bush. Thick flowing, that's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with
setting.
it.
I guess it would be.
I like a bush.
Graying, though. Graying for sure.
Bushes are back, right?
Hostile imagery.
Yeah. Bush is back?
Are they back?
I don't know. I heard.
Looks like Homer peeking out. Don't forget about me.
This is probably the kind of stuff that gets us disapproved.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
No, I think this is
There's way worse stuff.
Today, speaking of that, right? That's annoying. It's annoying that we get.
Well, what you're about to do might do it. So.
That we get shut out.
Yeah.
That we get shut out for our viewpoint. Mm-hmm. For our viewpoint. So what do we do?
Yeah, let's get to the show.
So now what we're gonna do? We're gonna draft annoying people. Annoying types of people.
Annoying
types of personalities, types of. But what I want to know is it possible that one of us will be drafting one of us? That's what I want to know.
You're gonna do that.
That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Like
foreshadow.
Yeah, I mean,
what a foreshadow.
I mean, is it possible? Because like the truth of how we feel about each other may come out in this episode.
It doesn't have to unless you just say it.
Or they could all be former guests on the show.
You're so mysterious, right?
Former guest on the show.
Or will we?
Yeah. All right, let me spin the wheel here.
Why is your one so far from your two?
You don't.
It's a long pick. You watch this.
Does he know what it is?
You know he does.
You're sick.
This
is what Rocky first. I was first last week.
Yeah, I mean,
hopefully Mark gets two.
No, I'm third. 1,000% I'm third.
Oh, with that attitude, yeah.
I think Mark takes the rear.
No, Mark got two.
Mark got two.
Mark, you got two, buddy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Look at that.
And Phil, you are taking it in the rear.
Come on, man.
What?
Come on, you just ballyhooing him about the Bush comment,
right?
And you're talking about taking it in the rear.
No, I'm taking the the game we play.
Who's
draft.
first again?
Me.
All right, so I mean, this is interesting.
Is it?
This draft is interesting. You know why?
Because I haven't prepared at all.
No, I haven't prepared either. But it's because it's right up my alley.
Yeah.
People really annoy me a lot, but I think it's too up my alley, if you know what I mean. Like, I feel like my picks are going to be so specific that nobody's going to get them but me.
Really? Now, see, I'm the opposite. my hatred for human beings in general
Annoyance
is so annoyance is so diluted that I don't know that I'm going to pick a particular strain of people.
No, it
that
might
are
be
annoying.
a person.
It's more so like I might just write people 5 times on my board. I'm not sure.
People. You know what that's from? Anybody?
No,
Twilight Zone? No.
no, I'm not a big Twilight Zone guy.
You're not a big Twilight Zone
Not a
guy,
big
but you're a
Twilight Zone
big
guy.
Hocus Pocus guy. That tracks.
Hocus Pocus too. Yeah.
And
tracks.
Christmas Chronicles, we know that. He keeps mentioning
Oh,
it.
dude, Christmas Chronicles is legit.
I'm a bitch.
Yeah, no, he keeps mentioning it. He's crazy.
You guys
for it.
ever watch Kurt Russell?
I know.
Yeah, what a weirdo.
Kurt Russell looks good in his old age.
Anyway, Twilight Zone. There was an episode. I'll spoiler. Well, he's still searching for his first answer.
No, I got it.
I'm
trying to
How's that
decide.
smell? Go ahead.
I'm trying to decide between several because
Oh yeah, you have so many. I don't have any queued up, so
I
gotta shut
got
up.
some queued up.
I got no phone to look at to do research.
Yeah, you know what? I'm popping off
Being
the
a
top of the
real
dome here,
man's
too.
man. So I'm interested to see where, because here's my take before he even says. I think Rocky's going super generic, general types of people.
Yeah.
No, because I can
Real
actually put
cookie cutter.
names.
You know who annoys me? The gays.
That's not true. Okay, so team, don't be that guy. The one upper.
Oh, that was crazy. We got one sitting with us. This
The
guy
one,
right
the
here.
one upper. You know, it's kind of
I
like
don't always
Oh,
one up.
you're a
Yeah.
one up. You're a one upper.
No, I'm a top roper. There's a difference.
No, you're
There's
not
a top roper.
You're a
between
one-upper.
I mean, I think he
A
just gave.
one-upper?
I think he just foreshadowed his answer.
He's
I think sometimes you just got to let a person be the top. Like they got a good story, you got to let them do it.
I bet you would think that.
Yeah, you just got to let them. Like,
like you're a quitter now.
But it's like, I mean, do you guys know this guy? Like, can you think of
This
somebody?
guy right here.
I don't think he's a one up.
I'm not a
I think in a
one-upper.
different way, but than you're talking about. But he is a one up.
I don't like a guy that you're like, oh man, I can't believe it. I ran a 6-minute mile. Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
ran a 5.
I don't know a guy like that.
Oh, I
No?
do.
Oh,
Yeah, I do.
I do.
Yeah?
They drive
Yeah.
me crazy.
I don't know a lot of guys.
you know what's
Just in
funny?
general.
So good college friend of mine, right? I
I don't have one of those.
I had a story. I had a story that I told,
You
right?
just one up you. When I was in college, high school grad.
I didn't even realize.
years later, we're all in town for his wedding, right? And he goes to tell a story. It's my story that he tells. Our group of friends, we all look at one another, and we're like, "What is going on here?"
Oh no!
And sure enough, we called him out on it. It was hilarious, but he was trying to one up a story, and I was like, "Dude, that happened to me. That's my story." He goes, he's like, "I couldn't remember who it was, so I took credit for it."
That's terrible. That's terrible. You ever hear
pretty bad.
Jim Gaffigan's got a joke about like the ultimate like one up? Like he like in his mind he dreams that he could be this like one of the guys that drove the lunar car on
You're
the
not
moon.
snoring for this.
No, this is great. Like he actually said, I like he dreams that he'd be like one of the 3 people that have driven the car on the moon, so that no matter what, anybody who tries to one up you, he could say something like, "Oh yeah, well when I was driving the lunar module on the moon, you know, like there'd be no way that they could one up it." So, anyways, one upper. I don't like that guy or that girl because there's girls that are one uppers too.
You have your answer ready, locked and loaded.
No, I was trying to come up with my team name.
Yeah. What was your? Oh, don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
All right, let's see. All right, I'm gonna go with a strain of people that definitely they irk me to no end, and it's those people. We all know them. They like to get on social media.
Okay.
And they like to tell you about how glorious they are as parents or how glorious they are as friends
Yeah.
or what good deeds they've done and how life is finally paying them back, right? But it's always all about them. And that's them Facebook fake people.
Oh.
They annoy me to no end. You know, you watch them out with their kids and the whole entire time they're, get back here, you little bastard.
Yeah,
you
but
know, they're
then you
yelling
see-
at them the whole time. But then they post a selfie, me and my mini-me, just
So-
enjoying Magic Kingdom with our popcorn. And you're like,
Oh, there's a person that
Really?
you're thinking about right now.
Yeah, there is. There's a person he's thinking about.
No,
Who is that person? Let's talk.
No.
It's therapy. It's good. It's get it
a
off your
strain to
chest.
people, and it happens a lot. Man, I find it all the time. We have friends that they're, let's just say, they're model parents.
I know who he's thinking
They're
of.
model parents.
Hey, I know who he's thinking of.
Through
I
social
know
media.
who he's thinking of. She's blonde.
That's terrible.
I don't know who you're thinking of.
Oh, he's thinking of somebody. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so team type A, I'm going to say that, like I tried to preview in the beginning, my picks, like I'm trying to find like the one-upper, fake friend. I don't think I could find the
Yeah, but so you're going to
tight little
describe a
name.
personality.
Yeah, it's not even.
Well,
It's just,
how about you just describe? We'll come up with a name for it.
there you go. So what I'm going to do, because I'm going to basically say a thing that people do.
Okay.
And it's the type of person that does this.
All right, I like
You
it.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my first thing, one of the things that it drives me on a day-to-day basis, probably the craziest, and makes me like literally hate people. And it could be people I love. It could be my mother. It could be my wife. I don't actually hate them, but it's just something I hate that people do. And it's ask questions that or I don't know how to phrase this. Asking questions that they know the answer to.
Yeah.
To find like what I'm gonna say. Do you understand? Like,
Yeah.
you do this sometimes to me too.
It's-
but it's like asking questions that you already know the answer.
You know the answer.
But you're trying to
Trying to
trying to
make you
get
say
at
it.
something else.
It's
So,
like-
I'm trying to
It's-
make you say it.
not
it's
just
like-
that. It's like trying to get me to say something
So
else.
give me an
or-
example. I need an example.
It's like rhetorical validation. It's ridiculous.
It's like,
you want to know who does
why-
that? Brooks.
No.
Come here, you little.
No, it's like, all right, so like,
He's going to come here. Poor guy.
yeah, he is gonna come.
Oh, but I'm just kidding, bud.
Idiot.
He's coming right now.
Well,
Love
Hey,
you.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
Guy's the worst producer. All right. So I'm trying to make a quick one. So I get home, wife, something around the house, and it's like,
Did you take out the trash?
yeah, something like that doesn't happen, but something.
Oh, so
let's-
she knows.
this is
Oh,
an
she
example.
takes out the trash? Good man.
No. See, did you take out the trash is different.
Okay.
It's not that. It's
Okay.
like, did you notice that? Do we have enough trash bag or something like that? Like beat around the bush. People that beat around the bush. That's what it should be.
Okay, there
Beating
you go.
around the bush.
Look at that. We're working this
Because
out in
it's
real
like-
time.
Yeah, you worked it out.
It's
That's
just,
good.
I just hate when people are not direct.
I
Like,
still kind of need an example.
it's just
so
beating
like-
around the bush. Like,
So, like I'm saying,
He's
Yeah.
doing it now.
oh, good. What?
Yeah, no.
What were we gonna say?
No, I don't know if I fully understand it, but I respect
People
your
that beat
right.
around the bush is what I'm saying. So instead of when I walk in and asking me,
So if I
About,
want
hey.
you to get me a Pop-Tart, you want me
No,
just to say
no.
get me a Pop-Tart, not say, hey, you hungry?
yeah, exactly, the stuff. Or
Hey, man, you
it's
feeling
usually
hungry?
bigger
There's a
stuff than
Pop-Tart over
that,
there if
but
you
something
wanna-
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
Okay.
Yeah, we got drinks in the fridge, and then
Yeah.
you wait till I
Hey,
get over there.
hey, can you
grab
give me
a-
one? Yeah, okay, all right, yeah.
Or like, yeah, I don't
So
want
who
to keep
d-
going, but
so who does that in your house?
everybody.
Really?
Well, my wife does it. My mother does it a lot. You
So
do
these
it.
people annoy you.
Oh, for sure. I mean, but
What
I'm an irritable
this-
person.
this
Everybody
thing-
annoys me. a
This
lot.
thing annoys you about them.
This is the
They don't
thing that
annoy you.
annoys me the most every day.
Yeah.
Is this because I think that most people are not
Yeah.
used to being very direct, so they'll ask something hoping to get to the thing that they want to know instead of just asking me the thing they want to know.
Okay, so I got mine locked and loaded. Let's go to my number 2.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I know a person like this. I'm not saying, but I'm not saying that I don't know a person like this.
Okay.
And that's a person
You
who,
could have just not said anything.
listen, the never wrongs. You get into an argument, you disprove them,
Mm.
and then they say something like, I know, that's what I was saying.
Do you know somebody like that in here?
I mean,
It sounds like he's just coming at me. Is what it sounds like.
I mean, I
It
didn't
sounds
say
like he's
that,
coming for me.
But it's like you're getting in an argument about like, a sport or fantasy football, and then it's like, yeah, that's what I was saying. No, that was not what you were saying. You were saying the opposite. The never wrongs.
It sounds like we could probably call this episode "Reasons Why Mark's Not in the Will." Is what this sounds like.
The never wrongs. Come on, So anyways, yeah, no, I'm not saying this is you, Mark.
No. That would never be Mark. So anyway, the episode of Twilight Zone. You want to hear it?
Sure.
So the guy hates people. He has a wife. All he does is talk about. That's one of the sayings, like people. He just doesn't like being around people. They show him like around people. He doesn't want to talk. They annoy him. They get on his nerves. So he's always in the library. He reads a lot. And what happens at the beginning of this episode, they get in an elevator. This is during the time when like they were building bomb shelters, whatever the case may be. So the elevator apparently was safe from a nuclear explosion, and that's what happened when he's in the elevator. He gets out.
I've seen this episode.
It wasn't in the library. He was in like an office building. So he gets out, and everything's decimated, and he's happy. He can't believe it. Like there's no people. He's like full of joy. He finds a library. So that's what he loves to do. He finds a whole library full of books, no people, and then he sits down to read the book. And his glasses fall and they break, and then he can't read. And that was
I've seen that episode.
You see, that's a good one.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's great.
Twilight Zone. I remember Twilight Zone from when I was a child. We watched
Twilight Zone's
great. They were cool.
All
All right, so I don't know how to condense this. Maybe we can figure out a way that I can condense this a little bit.
It's not easy.
But team, I'd rather be anywhere else. I want to go with people who walk away from conversations. And I think we know that this is
a good one.
This is a point of contention with me. This happened, in a recent outing that we were all a part of. Yeah. And you know that like nothing cooks my goose worse than this. And even to top this off, especially when they address you first.
When was this outing?
It was during the BB Poorhouse.
Open.
So I walked away. Is this?
No, it was not you.
No, we talked about this.
No, we talked about this.
You forgot. We'll talk about it off air.
Yeah.
No, let's talk about it on air.
No,
We name names.
you don't want to name names.
Yeah, you probably don't want to name names. But anyway, this, especially when they address you first or they ask you a question and you're taking the time out of your day to respond, right? Like, give me credit for like my time is also valuable. Like, if I'm going to take the time to give you my expertise.
But they didn't really care about your time.
Squirrel, and they're gone. Whatever it be, right? A cute ass walks by, or somebody with more money walks into the room,
there you go.
And they're gone.
That was
right.
That was what happened.
I think so.
Yeah. And you know, it was like, all right, well, don't ask me another goddamn question because guess what? Now the next time, it's a half-ass answer. Next time, you're getting the short, condensed. Guess what? I don't give a shit. This is just to get you to shut up, and now I walk away.
I'm curious.
Yeah. I can't believe you don't remember.
What was the conversation
Dude,
about?
I made like a huge deal about it.
Yeah.
What was the
I
conversation?
told you that.
What was the conversation
revenge.
about?
One day I will own half this town.
What was the conversation about?
We'll talk about it off air.
Yeah, we'll get to it. All right. So my pick, Team Type A. I'm going to make this a lot easier to digest. I just couldn't get my finger on the pulse of the other one. But this one, and I'm going to give you an example, is for us as guys, when you were younger, you were dating, single, whatever you got a group of friends. There was always a guy.
Yeah, I know this
that
guy.
when you hang out with the opposite sex,
This is a good one.
that is just different. He acts different than he does when you're not with the woman. He, in a group, a large group, he just wants to stand out, if you will. And sometimes it works. A lot of times it doesn't, but a show off. And I'm not talking about a guy that like tries to pick up a football and throw it 100 yards. I'm not talking about that show off. I'm talking about the guy that just out of left field when everybody's cool will start throwing personal stuff about one of the other guys to kind of make fun of him, or try to like the guy to like start, trying to play fight with you. That guy sucks, right? I don't know what the equivalent is for women. I'm assuming it's like a really flirty woman that gets like that. But for us, it was always a guy that just be doing too much.
Yeah, I like that. There's
It's just
You're
funny.
thinking about the last thing still?
I'm thinking about all of it, honestly.
Well,
this is actually a good episode.
Because there's a guy that there's that guy when you're dating, right? There's that guy when you're married.
There's
too.
also that guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that guy is like trying to like be the most sensitive or the most caring, or he'll say something like, Phil, like you don't do that for her?
Oh, that's the worst guy.
That's the worst kind of guy.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy can get burned.
burns in hell. That guy burns in hell. There's a special dark room in hell for that guy. So
Never hang out with that guy again.
yeah. All right. I got another one locked and loaded. You know what? These are coming fast and furious.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I think I'm not going to be able to stop at 5.
We're not going to be able to.
I think we should extend this to 10. Yeah, this one drives me crazy. And I think this is the best way to phrase this. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
Yeah. The team, don't be that guy.
I know what
the
this is.
eternal victim. The eternal victim. I hate this guy.
Pray tell, Rocky, do you have an example?
I hate this guy. No, I don't. Maybe you guys are thinking of an example that I should have, but this is a guy that no matter what, he don't want the advice. He doesn't want, hey, you can fix it like this.
No.
He just wants, the world is against me. Woe is me.
Yeah.
My life is the worst.
It's insufferable.
Stop.
And it sucks because you
the
can't really,
snuffleupagus, if you will, of
you
the
can't
world.
talk to them the way you want to either because they just can't handle it most of the time.
Hey, bird.
Yeah.
I'm fortunate I don't have a lot of that in my life.
I am now thinking of one guy, and I think you guys might be thinking of the same guy.
Yeah, we're probably thinking the
Yeah.
same.
Hey, bird. The world's against me, bird.
Yeah, Eeyore.
Hey,
It's
bird.
Eeyore.
No,
You know, the
Eeyore as well.
Eeyore,
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
for Winnie. Yeah, but
Eeyore is more.
Yeah.
yeah, he's not really the victim though. Where Snuffleupagus always played like he was the victim. It always
Yeah,
seemed
I'm
like.
Yes,
not
yeah.
too deep on my
Sesame Street.
Sesame
Snuffleupagus
Street.
lore. Although I love Sesame Street.
All right,
Get into the backstory.
so it's funny. Like as we get into this, like they're just trigger points of other people that annoy you.
Yeah.
For me, another one that gets to me is the exaggerator.
Yeah.
They'll take a story, right? And all of a sudden it's like it's blown out of proportion, right? So it's something, it's like a minor detail, and you're like, this is an easy fix. We got this. This oh, I don't get it. Why does everyone have to get involved? And it's gotta go here, and it's gotta go there. I'm writing an email. Like the exaggerator for any kind of situation. And before you know it, this is how mountains are made out of molehills.
Yeah.
It's from the exaggerator. So
Yeah, I would have called this guy the constant bullshitter. Same thing, but yeah. And I will say, there was a time in my life when a couple of my friends called me Stretch because I was
stretch the truth a little
Yeah,
bit.
I can stretch the truth a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah. So like I get that, and I've worked real hard not to be that guy, but yeah, that guy sucks. That guy
I was
sucks.
putting in these long strokes. Were you really done? I was putting in these medium range strokes.
Yeah. I put in one long stroke.
All right. Team Type A. I'm going to bring up a guy that I think that we all probably have dealt with. Maybe even been at one point in our lives, but I'm going with the freeloader.
Oh, I hate it. Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
man,
This show is like a character breakdown of my former self.
you just know,
Yeah.
you know the guy already in your head and who you're thinking of. That either, and it goes two ways. There's either the guy that's like openly a freeloader, or like the guy that is in your friend group or whatever it may be, that kind of holds back the group from doing things because they don't want to spend. I guess that might be a different. I don't want to do two picks, but just a freeloader. It's that guy you go out with, never wants to pay for anything,
Wants to split
never
the
wants to
bill,
chip
but
in.
he didn't eat the app.
Oh no, yeah, he'll
Yeah.
start singling things
Yeah.
out.
I only had one drink.
Yeah, that's the worst guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the worst guy, and it's a real bummer too.
Yeah, he wants to split the check when he's ordered the steak and lobster, but he wants his own when he, So yeah. I get that. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
So far, these have all been good. I have one ready, but I'm trying to think what I would call it.
Well, again, we can flesh it out if you just
we can help
explain
you
it.
out.
I think like recently, this is a trait of a public figure that annoys everyone. Or it's one of what people would say is his worst trait. And it would be the guy that's like, do you see the breath I just took? That's the best breath ever taken. Like, I don't know what to call that guy, but like the guy that's like, everything they do is the best. Like if they do it, it's better than anybody else. I don't know how to, because is that like the one-upper?
That's like the one-upper,
Yeah,
isn't
so
it?
like I
Well,
think
no, you know what? That's the superlative. It's the ist.
I think I'm talking
I do it the
myself-
best. I do it the wildest. I do it the.
I think I'm talking
hardest.
myself out of this pick. I think I'm going to do a U-turn and I'm going to use my second because I do think you're not wrong, but it is a lot like the one-upper.
Yeah, but it is this. Yeah, but it is the superlative.
I'm going to say. I'm just making up this name. How do you spell?
You need help?
Yeah.
You got it, Mr. Masculine.
Yeah, Mr. Masculine, the guy that's like, he's always the strongest. He's always the fastest. He can lift more. I grow my own crops.
Challenges you to duels in public.
I could beat your ass. Like that guy who's like, I could so beat your ass. Like the guy that, Like, the guy's never probably been in a fight, but he's sure he could kick everybody's ass. Like that guy, he's too pretty to have ever been in a fight. But yeah,
there are guys that
Mr. Max,
a
Mr.
little
Masculine.
overdue.
Yeah,
When you have to talk about it all the time,
yeah,
it's usually not
true.
what it is.
Yeah, the people that I think have been in the most fights don't often want to be in more.
No, they're usually like scared to fight. They fight as like a.
They fight because they
last
have
resort
to.
when they have to defend their honor.
They fight when they have to, not when they're just not talking about it. They know what it feels like to get punched in the nose. They don't want to get punched in the nose again unless they have to. It hurts.
It hurts.
You know?
It hurts.
My nose used to be normal sized. That's all I'm saying.
Damn, I'm trying. I had a good pick and then it slipped when I was listening to your stupid pick.
So I have a pick here, but now that I look at
pick.
your board, I think this might be too close to your never wrongs. I was calling them shapeshifters. They're the people that.
Oh no, that's a separate.
When you're talking to them and they're like
This is a good one, Mark.
XYZ, and you're like, yeah, well, it's not Z. Yeah, but it's like X and Y at least. But I think it's too close. I think it's the never wrong. I think it's the same.
Well, are you talking about
It is kind of, yeah.
Well, are you talking about a guy that becomes like
An expert in everything?
a chameleon?
Oh, no, he's talking, that's a different thing.
That's a different thing. I wasn't talking about that. Oh, that's not a bad pick here. Do I go there? I could go there.
What?
But the chameleon, the guy who adapts.
I don't hate the chameleon.
No?
I don't think it's a bad thing. I think you're a chameleon sometimes.
I think I can be sometimes.
Yeah.
I think
it's a talent.
I think my position in life necessitates that I'm.
I think
I'm
anybody
that
that's successful knows how to be in a different room. So
here I was reaching for others, hoping that this would fall, and it did, and I'm surprised that it's still here because I know for a fact these people annoy all of us. For round 4, this is a steal. Team I'd rather be anywhere else. Bad drivers, dude.
Oh man! So I wanted to pick this, but there's so many instances, and I'm not even gonna touch on it. Go ahead, yeah, go.
It's just bad driver. And even worse than bad drivers are spiteful drivers. You see them; they're in the rear view mirror the whole time. They're brake checking you, right? Because they're in the passing lane and they ain't passing anything but your goddamn time, and it annoys the hell out of me. So you try to go around on the right, and then. They speed up, and then you speed up. Before you know it, you're blocked off behind another car. Now you're back behind them again. You're flipping them off. They're adjusting the mirrors so they can see. Bad drive. Oh man, I could go on. I'm getting a little fight. Is it hot in here? Is the air on?
Sounds like you're taking part of this, though.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Sounds like you're one of the bad drivers here.
No, I would already.
If you're switching with them and flipping them off, you're bad driver.
But if they weren't in the passing lane, I'd already be on my merry way.
That's true.
They shouldn't
but
be
you're
there.
getting sucked into their game. It feels like
they don't signal. Oh my god, they sit at the red light and don't turn right on red. I could go on. They sit. Their time is so important that you're in the turning lane and it changes green and they take 10 whole seconds to go. Yeah. So now the poor people that are 10 cars back have to sit through another light because Facebook was too important for you to scroll to look for your fake Facebook friends.
Here's a bad driver thing that not a lot of people talk about. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a big one around here.
I feel better.
Good. People in general, in mass, not all of them, but the bad drivers drive in parking lots, number 1, like they're on the street. Okay? I hate people that drive assuming that everybody sees them. You understand? People drive like they're the only person on the road sometimes.
For sure.
But parking lots and then in neighborhoods.
When they're doing like 65 miles an hour?
It's not even just the speed. It's the way they take corners. People will turn a corner and cut across both lanes to make the tight turn.
You have no idea.
Which is like just waiting to blast somebody head first. Nobody knows how to turn. I don't understand what they're teaching. You turn... You make a full turn. People do this thing where they cut diagonally across the whole lane, and it's so stupid, it drives me freaking nuts.
You get me. Let me tell you, if I ever end up with a terminal disease, I will make it a point to eradicate the immediate area of all the bad drivers. And if I'm not caught, it will expand, and that will be my... I will be the Batman of bad drivers.
All right, it's my turn, right?
The Dexter of bad drivers.
My turn, right? All right, Team Type A with pick 4. This is going to lead in, so I'm going to continue talking about bad drivers because it ties in with my pick. Now, there's a specific driver that really gets my goat the most, all right? And this is the person that stops when there's not a stop sign, that lets you go when they have the right of way, that'll stop in the middle of like an intersection to let somebody cross the street, not at the crosswalk. And these are people that are too nice. And I hate people that are too nice or nice all the time. You know why? Because I don't know what part of it is real. If you're always nice, then you're always fake to me. Because I don't know I'd rather you be mad and be honest with me than always nice, because then I never know when it's genuine or how you really feel. How can I know you if you're always happy?
I feel like
it's not real. And those drivers don't realize they're gonna cause more
by
accidents.
being too nice.
Yeah, people will literally stop like when they don't have a stop sign. Do you realize there could be somebody in back of you driving like there's no stop sign?
I say this all the time, and Tyra's always like, well, they're being nice, they're letting other people go. And I'm like, that's not the laws of the road. Yeah. There's somebody behind him that's not expecting him to stop because it's not a goddamn stop sign.
Exactly.
And the people...
That's the thing that I get. That's my worst driver right there.
Four-way stops don't even get me started when there's a stalemate and everyone's like, you go, no, you go, no, let's wait. 15 cars deep in every direction, right? And you're ready to get out and strangle somebody.
And they're the most dangerous because they think they're doing something good. They think they're letting somebody cross the street. But meanwhile, they could just, really cause a bad accident. You know what their next
move is? Now they're on social media. They're like, can you believe I was just trying to let people go across the street and people are honking their horn at me? Yeah. Because it's not a stop sign, Karen.
But to my point, I'm letting Rocky go, is too nice people. That's my main thing is like, if you're just always nice about everything, then I don't know. There's
where you stand.
It's just like I guess if somebody's always mean, it's the same thing. It's like, oh, he can't be. There's something going on there. But I think you get more of the too nice all the time people, where it's just always a smile, everything's upbeat, and maybe that's how people cope with stuff. I don't know. Yeah. They get through their day, but it still is disingenuous. And because it has to be at sometimes.
I think the way society's gone, we live from moment to moment in a much shorter time span now, where I think people just put that best foot forward and they seem too nice because we'll get into a conversation and neither one of us would be so invested that we're going to stick around and talk for 45 minutes. You know what I mean? To like really understand. So I think that's why you get some of that like lacking. Like you really have to put some work in to be affected by somebody else's mood to then wonder whether or not they're being genuine. You know what I mean?
That's true, but I guess
both have to be invested.
I guess I'm just crazy.
No, I think this is a good one, and I know people like this.
Yeah.
I know you do.
I feel like your blood sugar's low. I feel like all of a sudden you stop talking as much.
No. Yeah, I'm contemplating because I'm trying to figure out how to word.
You had a lot of time.
Yeah. Well, so like I got a fifth that is almost my number one, but I don't know how to I know how to describe it, but I don't know if it's gonna like make sense to you.
We'll get the name out.
Yeah. And so what I'm gonna say, like I'm gonna call it the one trick pony, but you guys tell me if this is wrong or not.
Explain it.
So it's the guy
or
girl that their entire personality hinges on one thing, like the guy that lifts. He's in a gym 24 hours a day. He's bruh, like or the person who's like always cracking jokes. Like that's it. They got nothing else. There's no
a
depth.
term for these people.
Yeah,
It's on the tip of my tongue.
There is, and that's what
There's a term. But
one dimensional.
the one trick pony. Works.
One trick.
We get it.
Yeah, like but that because I got this guy. Like for instance, I had a guy today who was trying to cut down Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
They actually put a sign up on their building that says "Eat more protein," and I'm like,
about Southern Nutrition.
I'm like, I'm like, chicken is protein. You freaking meathead piece of shit. Like, chicken is protein, and I'm thinking, but this is what they
This
do.
segment brought to you by Southern Nutrition.
Yeah, no. These guys at lunch, every lunch period, take off their shirts and work outside behind their building so the entire Chick-fil-A drive-through line
now
can
you
see.
just sound jealous.
No. I
sound jealous.
And
this
horny.
is
You sound
they're-
jealous and horny.
No. Definitely not horny. Definitely not jealous. This is their person. They got nothing else to hang
get
it
what you're
on.
saying,
They're looking for reasons to take off their shirt because they got nothing else. They can't hold a conversation.
that?
Yeah.
That's the
You
amino
see my
acids
tits
going to
moving?
work.
Amino acids.
Eat
Come
more
on, come on
protein.
inside.
It is protein, you freaking idiot. Like they're so dumb. Like, anyways, no. The one this
trick
baby
pony.
should be taken out,
See
but the
that
one
titty
trick
pop?
pony.
It's glutamine. Extra glutamine. We got it inside.
Yeah.
$79.99 week supply.
I am this close to making I'm this close to making a banner that says chicken is protein, meathead. I'm so close I want to put it over my building, but
I think you should.
I
that
should.
be that should be your mic drop at the
Yeah,
end
that'll
of your
go viral.
Chick-fil-A.
I should.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll
I
go
think it
viral.
would go
It'll
viral.
go viral.
Yeah, but only if I
Gotta
said
chronicle
meathead.
it. You got to chronicle.
Yeah,
You
meathead.
gotta chronicle
So,
it.
anyways,
All right, go ahead.
The one-
All right.
the trick
my
pony.
fifth and final pick. We're gonna make this easy. Democrats.
oh wow,
kidding.
yeah,
Kidding.
No, we just got
that.
Come on, man.
disapproved.
Kidding. Just kidding.
You
I
meant,
thought it'd be funny.
you meant to cut that out.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
That's
cut
why I
that
did it.
out. Yeah.
That was being funny. All right. Let me think about what I can name this. This is all right. So it's all right. Tell me what I should name. It's the person that always finds something wrong or a reason to complain. So,
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh my God, this is the greatest place I've ever eaten. I don't ever give recommendations.
Debbie Downer?
You won't
Yeah,
find
the Debbie Downer.
you won't
like that.
find anything wrong with this place. You talk to them a week later. I went there. You know what? I think the fries were slightly underdone.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
Somebody just
Bullshit.
posted on Facebook, and their complaint was they
It all goes back to Chick-fil-A.
no, it wasn't Chick-fil-A. They were complaining about another restaurant, and they
Okay.
basically said they ordered a salad and soup, and they brought them out together.
Oh, my God.
And then they
Oh,
brought,
I seen that.
Yeah, and then they brought out his dinner. God forbid, and he
No.
had a scarf and
No,
soup
I'm
before
with
it
them.
got cold.
I'm with the person you're talking about.
Nah, you
No,
you
what?
got to order right.
no, you got to order correctly.
You tell them don't bring out my
Yeah.
entree.
How do you know they didn't?
They
because he
did.
said he didn't.
Wait.
Yeah,
First,
they did.
let's not. Just,
It was Phil.
I didn't read that.
It
much.
was
No,
Phil.
wasn't.
I can't wait.
It was
You're
Phil.
an idiot.
Yeah, suck down my soup.
No. Wait,
That,
wait,
that
so
post,
wait,
that
hold
post
on.
did not go the way he
It
thought it was
did
going to
not.
go.
It
either.
did
But
not.
can I ask you something? We're the establishment we're talking about.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the pinnacle of service.
No,
number one,
no.
Okay. So I could easily. I didn't read that he said he didn't ask, but you could easily see them doing it. I've been in restaurants that do that. It is annoying when you get served a soup and a salad and then your entree comes out.
I'm never annoyed that
before
I
you-
get my food quick.
No, that's
I'm just
terrible.
like, yeah, food. You know.
Why?
As a matter of
'Cause
fact,
I'm
I
happy
even
to
tell
eat,
them, I'm
man.
like, I'm
Well,
always
listen,
like,
I can,
no,
when
we're
you
in
go
no
out
rush.
to eat so much, I guess that's normal. But when we go out to eat, it's like it's a night out. We want to enjoy
I
the
hate
time.
that guy right there.
The one upper,
I hate that guy. This is my
the constant victim.
no.
Well,
no,
I
like
don't
that.
get
No.
to eat
This
that.
I like
was
to
gonna
enjoy
make
my time.
this was gonna make my. I didn't make the list, but it's there. That's the passive aggressive. The passive aggressive. Yeah, I guess when you're out to eat all the
Yeah, all the
time
time,
because
it's
you're a
no big
rich
deal.
bastard.
The devil's advocate.
Yeah.
That
But
guy.
when you're mid soup, it's hot. You don't want to play. It's just
Eat faster.
you want them at the right. But some places will just bring them out.
So when I want that, I'm like, I
I do
don't
too,
order my
yeah.
entree until I'm done with my I get a salad,
Not
and
all
then when the
places
soup
do
comes,
like-
I'm like,
I get what you're saying,
yeah.
but they don't always do like that.
So
sometimes they're like
Debbie
rushing
Downer.
you.
I get that.
I don't know.
Or Danny Downer.
I just
Danny
call it
Downer.
the
We don't wanna be
complainer because I
toxic
think
males.
that Debbie Downer can just be down about anything. This is specifically the person
Complainer.
that
You could say Karen.
They always find something wrong with
Karen?
no matter how great it is, like kind of like a Karen.
Yeah. Like it's like they see they go to see a show that people would die to go see, and they complain about the wait.
Yeah.
Like
That's
that
a-
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but
like you.
one of my new favorite pastimes is on those community sites.
New favorite pastime.
He does.
That's something.
He starts trouble on these sites. I like it.
I am a total troll. I live for trolling these people now because I'm fed up. I am fed up with that mindset. I'm
look
fed up
fed.
of the constant victim.
You look fed.
I'm tired of people finding reasons to complain.
Yeah.
Like, let's start building stuff up.
Hell yeah.
Like, if you're gonna complain, do something goddamn productive. Guess what? If you sit at home all day, if you sit at home all day on social media and spend daddy's money, you don't have room to complain about everything.
No, listen, I'm like,
So I
people
think we should
complain
all-
about restaurants,
Yeah.
and I'm always like, my comment, hey, when are you opening your restaurant? Like, that's like, hey, when are you opening your restaurant, you
Yeah.
piece of crap? You think it's easy? It's not.
You know what's actually bugged me? I've come to your defense a couple of times because you try to be, and me knowing you personally, I know what you're doing. You're trying to undermine. You are in your own way, but you're doing it politically correct.
Not
and
me.
People are naive to it though.
Not me.
And then they come back, and I'm like, you know what, you sons of bitches. He's a nice guy. You ain't just gonna go off on him. You're not even getting what he's trying to tell you.
I did make an enemy.
Now it's time for me to come in.
I did make an enemy the other night because the guy, first of all, this guy, and he knows who he is. And I actually private messaged him and I said, listen, I'll sit down and have coffee with you, whatever. I don't know if he saw, he just did this. He attacked me again. But he
That
was.
same dude?
Yeah, so he was complaining about something. I forget, it was like a liquor store that got robbed that I was sticking up for the guy, and I was like, I know this owner. Hey, if anybody turns in these kids, I'll get 52 free meals. So then the guy was like, basically started off with saying, well, you're a homophobe. That's like what he started with me because
nice.
of Chick-fil-A.
Definitely got to take this out now.
Yeah. Well, okay. So let me just say it this way. He disparaged me,
Yes.
and I'm like, this guy doesn't know who the heck. He doesn't know me at all. Yeah. So I literally said somewhere, I don't know how I worded it. It was such a good cut down, and it came out so quick, and I typed it. I didn't reread it to stop it, but I said, somewhere there's a tree. Oh, guys, somewhere there's a tree that deserves to be cut down because of the oxygen they provided for you to speak.
Oh, wow.
And he went off like, oh my God, he was attacking me.
Now
He
you
was-
hate trees too.
He was he reported me to Chick-fil-A.
Oh my
He
God.
did. He actually reported me to Chick-fil-A. Like I was like, dude, you called me a name, and all I said was somewhere there's a tree that feels guilty that it was born to provide oxygen
So
for
this
you.
this type of guy is actually going to be on my when we do our honorable mentions.
Oh, okay. All right. My
So
turn.
after
Close it out. Last pick of the draft. Type A personality. Surprised it lasted this long, but guy who switches teams. And here's why.
we all know
We
one
know
of
this
these
guy.
guys.
We know a couple of them.
Yeah, we know this guy.
I know about 3 of them.
Yeah.
Here's why. First of all, it's a disgrace. Number 1.
Yeah,
Number
you're not a real
2,
fan.
It's deplorable.
Number 2,
the worst.
I think it points out a larger character issue.
Yeah.
That might seem hyperbolic.
Yeah.
But it's not. I think that if you could be a fan of a team for 15 years, passed down from your father or uncle or whoever, and then you
This
can.
doesn't sound specific at all.
It's not specific. It's about. Well, I know a few, but I'm saying in general.
I mean, there's a couple actually, there's one guy I like a lot who did it.
Zach,
Johnny
Sean,
B. I'm a Jags fan. You're a Jag
Jared
off.
King.
You're
Jared
a
King too.
Jag off.
I'll throw Jared King in there too. Yeah. So here's what I'll say: is that I think it says something about that person that they could just flippantly change. Like, what else can they flip flop on?
Low moral character is what you're saying.
I'm saying, look,
You're
sounds
looking for
crazy.
stability in your relationships.
Yeah.
From
I think it does point to those things.
Yeah. I'm a Browns
I
fan.
could never turn my back on any of my teams.
No.
Because it would bother me so much that I did it, and I'd feel guilt. But if I could, then what else can I
Turn
will
your back
myself
on.
to get over?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
What
Well,
can you
that's
turn your
how I
back
look
on?
at it. I mean,
Yeah.
it really makes me question.
So what you're saying
trusting
is that
somebody
somebody
like
that would just discard a team very easily. Might discard a show very easily too, just willy nilly.
Yeah, they probably
just,
out
of the blue.
Out of the blue.
Out of the
Yeah.
blue.
Yeah,
You know,
no, I see that.
yeah,
It's low moral character is what I think we're saying.
It's not great.
Yeah.
But then still low key watch the show.
Yeah.
And make comments.
Yeah.
Well, imagine if you're a guy that was a fan of like one of the biggest, most popular teams around, and decided that you were going to switch because you thought things were turning up for a local
For the
team,
other team, and it didn't, and it
then it
backfired.
wound up to bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
And now you're just stuck. And on your way out the door from the other team, you talked about how you never really were a fan.
Yeah.
And you weren't really committed. And now it's all kind of blown up.
And especially
those are
because
the consequences.
when that team eventually, at some point, has got to happen. They win again.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like
it's gonna burn even worse.
Oh, I think he's going to be silently.
Think he might go back?
No, I don't know if he'll go back.
Not publicly.
in word, but I think he'll go back in deed.
Spirit, yeah.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Mark and I, we like two teams that have sucked for a while, and it hurts.
I like two teams that have sucked.
That's
for a
not
while,
fair.
period.
What about me?
I'm a Bears fan and a Mets fan.
What about me?
Well, you got the Yankees.
Yeah, you got the Yankees.
Okay, what does
So
that
what,
mean?
so what are you saying? The Knicks and the Giants? The Giants won not too long
There
ago.
you go. Thank you for giving us some praise. I appreciate that. But yeah, we have sucked for the last 10 years. But see, even you remember. But the Knicks have been bad for a long time.
Yeah, they have.
Well,
They're finally good. They're finally, and this is what you're a fan for. When it all comes together, then it feels like something.
Trust the process.
if it ever happens, because I'm running out of time. Like legitimately,
Oh, yeah, I know. I get it.
I'm legitimately I'm running out of time with the Browns.
You are.
I just don't have that many. I don't know how many seasons I got left.
Yeah, it's getting rough.
I've seen you
so-
secretly eating Skyline chili. I think there's a Cincinnati.
No.
A Cincinnati
No, and not only
switcheroo
that,
here in
did
the
you guys
fold.
see what Joe Burrow wore to the game last night?
You did.
What did he wear last night? Was it
it's
the Kamala Harris suit?
No, that's bad enough. He's trying to one up himself
That's right.
stupidly. You got
Debo Samuel's worse.
I will bring this up. It is you look at it, and I just looked at it and said, why? Why?
Not? Why not?
Why?
No, Debo Samuel's been pretty bad.
Yeah, Debo has been
Okay,
pretty
so
bad.
what honorable mentions?
So the one that you brought up, the keyboard warrior. I hate keyboard warriors.
Yeah.
They speak so tough
Yeah.
online. You get them out in the open, what you say?
Yeah.
And then right back to the keyboard.
There are
I
a
hate
lot
keyboard
of
warriors.
they are a lot of
That's why I honestly one of the side quests of starting this trolling business that I've been doing is that hopefully I run into some of these son of bitches out in the community and they have something to say, because you know what? I felt strongly enough to go against what you were saying. I'm willing to back up my convictions.
I hate the movie critic.
Yeah.
You know, the overly critical movie watcher.
yeah, who can't just enjoy like a dumb movie because
Yeah,
it's
like, I mean, I like to critique a good movie.
yeah.
But like
You
it's
also can enjoy Step
talking about,
Brothers.
You
like,
know, when you're eating a McDonald's cheeseburger, you don't
That's good
critique
too.
it.
Yeah, that's good too.
It is what it is. Like
Yeah.
I hate people that
Yeah.
are overly critical of movies. Like there's a time and place. Some people don't know when to turn it off.
Even
They'll pop on trolls and say, well, it's just not realistic. Like stuff like that, it just drives me
even
nuts.
one step further, the franchise truthers. Oh my God, they annoy me.
Oh, no, I
this
gotta-
wasn't canon to the book.
Oh no!
This is
we
my
got
God.
a guy at Chick-fil-A that he can't stand Star Wars. He cannot it's not canon. Like it's bad. You know that guy.
So I dislike some of the Star Wars stuff.
I do
but
too.
not
I do too.
because not necessarily because of canon all the time.
Yeah, no. Like I'm okay with the
I hate
story
when they
evolving.
switch it to fit something. If
Yeah,
you
I
guys
hate
get
the
what I'm
pandering.
saying.
Like Acolyte
Yes.
was pandering. That was
Oh, no,
complete
yeah.
It
pandering.
was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that they even put that out.
I mentioned one of my didn't make the list, but could have made the list. That's the passive aggressives, the backhanded compliment.
Yeah, that's one of my big
Yeah,
passive
yeah.
aggressive to me goes hand in hand with too nice.
The devil's advocate, that's actually one that really gets to me. Because even,
And
I
beating
know
around
you're-
the bush.
You know you're right. I know you're right. But I'm still going to battle the other side of it. And it's like you're trying to find a silver lining. And it's the more you do it, the more I despise you.
Yeah.
Because now I'm like, all right, now you're picking out even like worse qualities of why that's wrong.
Yeah.
That
You know
the
what's
devil
funny?
advocate.
Is that the passive aggressive is passive aggressive people are always too nice, and they always beat around the bush.
Yeah, and they're all normally keyboard warriors too. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
So what about the guy that everything's an innuendo?
That's funny. Sometimes.
Funny.
Sometimes it's funny, but then
Sometimes it's
sometimes
funny,
you're
yeah.
like, come on, enough, stop. You know?
I get that.
Yeah. Come on, stop. You know, or like the guy that can't ever be serious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you can't have a serious conversation with.
Yeah.
What about the person that's always, every time you talk to them, it's always about their problems?
Okay. Or the converse.
That's-
What about the overly positive person? Hey, buck up, buddy. Everything's going to be okay. No, it's not.
Yeah.
I can be pissed about this, you know, like, because it's that, like the guy that there's always everything bad, and there's the guy who's.
I'm one that, life is what it is, right? I mean, we're not here forever. So, like, you've got to turn, in my mind, you always have to turn something into a positive. If you're not laughing, you're crying type of thing.
Mark's that guy.
I do. No, I enjoy turning things into a positive. But when it's like, you can't even find positive when someone's constantly just bringing you their problems.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
no,
hey,
no.
how you doing? Oh, great. But now that you mention it, well, I didn't really mention it. I kind of asked just how you were doing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get that.
You want to take a look at this for me? Really? Truly? No, I do not. I do not want to take a look at that for you.
I almost put the unaware, like the person that like everybody sees the issue with them, but they don't.
I have a better. Well, it's unaware too.
Go ahead, one upper. We're listening.
It's a different one because I'm mad I didn't pick it. You just like it came to me. Shit. So there's people. So if you live on the side of town we used to live on,
Yeah.
with all the tourists 192, there's most of them. I mean, sadly, most of them are visiting from other countries, but people that are unaware of their surroundings. So like in the store, they'll just stand in your way,
right in the middle. Yeah.
You have a child in your hand, like. Will act like you're not there or walk right through you like you're a ghost.
Dude, that Walmart is the worst.
Well,
at
I
that.
actually
oh my God,
say that.
used to
I
drive
actually
me
say,
crazy.
"Oh no, I don't really exist." Like I'll actually say that out
Listen,
loud,
I hate-
and Trish will get mad at me. She's like, "Stop."
I hate to admit this.
Yeah.
My wife hates it too. So one time I got
shove
so
back.
annoyed. Like, so what I'll do is like, usually when people do that, I'm passive aggressive, right? And I'll like swerve my shopping cart close to them or just like
I
make
do
my
too.
presence known. So like, here's a good one. A couple of weeks ago, we were in Walmart in the getting spices.
Why is it always spice aisle?
I don't know.
I swear to God.
There's a group of 3 women that were there, right? And I had
Holding hands across the aisle.
So I had my cart.
Keeping the cinnamon.
I had my cart next to the groceries right here, and I had the baby sitting there, and I was on the other side of the cart in front of it, and they just were like this close to my kid, like up and like surrounding him, where I couldn't even get to him without saying something, and it was ridiculous. So what I did, I walked away and I said, "Well, have you seen that?" Yeah, I seen it. What the fuck is that? Right? And then then she watched me, and I walked back over there. I didn't need anything, but I walked in between all of them and just moved around and so they had to all move. And then I walked back, and she's cracking up like, I can't believe you did that. But another time,
I like that.
I followed somebody somebody did something with a cart, and we were in between like the clothes there in Target, and I like was moving the cart around. I was like trying to pressure them to go. And I hit the lady in the back of her ankle. And I had to apologize, but I was so pissed. Like I had that rage that came up.
So my new move, right? Super passive aggressive. When somebody's in the way and they don't move, what I now do is I back up away from the cart and I purposely lean as far as I can into the cart and I just lounge. I lounge on the handlebar and I just wait and I just stare at them and just wait for them to move. No joke. I think it was the spice aisle at Walmart. Woman, right? Didn't I watched her walk into her vehicle, so she didn't have a deficit other than she was friggin' large in one of those mobiles.
I
She
hate
had the
that.
mobile sideways.
I hate that.
And she's leaning up over the thing, trying to get a spice. Had the whole aisle blocked.
Should have helped her.
Yeah, you know what I did? For a split second, I thought about jamming the gas and turning the wheel on her so I could get by.
I do hate that, or like, because I'm like, this is bad, but it is real. It's true. I see somebody in one of those, I got to see an apparent reason for their being like, because if I don't, they're just like bigger. I'm like, you need to be walking.
It's the Cartman episode. Is what it is.
Don't you think you should be walking? Like, It's bad.
You never know. I mean,
no, you never know. You're
never know
right,
if they
and
have
that's
a
what
knee
Trish
injury or
says.
something, because that does happen. But there are people
that's what Trish
that
says,
are just lazy too and don't want to walk.
Yeah.
This is a good show. Much like last week's show.
Yeah.
I think we have a lot of repressed anger. Is what it sounds like these last
Mine
couple
is not
of weeks.
repressed.
No?
We're at the age where because there's another guy I hate. I hate the guy that
He's still going on.
yeah, because there's so many. They
You're not close in the show yet.
They come here, but everything was better where they're from. Go the hell back then. What do you think you're doing me a favor being here?
Yeah.
Go back.
Same thing with the people that don't agree with certain things. They're like, I'm moving out of the country. Move.
Do you think I'll miss you for one red second?
No.
Get out.
You got the money
Right,
to
hey.
leave and come back.
Let's close the show
Yeah.
before
All
we
right.
really offend somebody.
All
Let's
right.
do a recap.
Team, don't be that guy. We got the one-upper, the never wrongs, the eternal victim, Mr. Masculine, and one trick pony.
Team, I'd rather be anywhere else. The Facebook fake people who walk away from conversations, the exaggerators, bad drivers, and then the complainers.
All right, and Team Type A said people who beat around the bush, show-offs, what is that?
Freeloader.
Freeloaders, people that are too nice, and 5, guy who switches teams.
You know what
I will
really
say in the future when we do this, we have to let the picks breathe.
Yeah.
So that when I do the graphic, there's like space
Gotcha.
for the stuff to pop up.
You know what really annoys me? Guys that can't read their own writing. Those kinds of guys drive me up a wall. Anyway, that episode brought to you by your boys here at Guys on Draft
Southern
was
Nutrition.
people who annoy us. Thank you for checking us out. You can find us on all social media platforms. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on one of the other ones.
X.
We are Twitter. We are the Guys on Network. You can find us at GON Pod, GON Podcast, all of those handles. YouTube, that's our main channel. Like us, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We'd like to be in your heads every week, rent free. Please allow it to happen. We love you.
Peace.
See you.